ChillBuzz, baby.
Welcome to ChillBuzz Radio, where we shed light on the deep, dark truth of New York City and the surrounding world around it. I'm DJ Luca Knight. I'm here with my boy Easy Cardinale, who fortunately put me on to Boss Dog Rec. And I'm happy to have you here because I heard some of your music. It's fucking amazing.
Appreciate
you really
it.
went in like to represent Mount Vernon. Me, my stage name Luca Knight, because I mean, if you didn't know, it's not my government name, and the Knight in Mount Vernon Knight is Mount Vernon.
That
you know,
makes fucking
Yo, do what the
That
fuck
makes
you do,
fucking
man.
sense.
You just
Do what
found
the
that
fuck
out,
you
so
do,
already
man.
know I
Night
love
vibes.
Them heavy D references and shit. I love all that shit. You feel me? Like representing for the 914 all the way. You know?
Yeah, but of course. Yo, little E, show them the shirt, E. What's that? The money earned.
Make
Yo, he
these
don't
fucking
even,
shirts
he
no
don't
more.
even know, man. My
If you
niggas
don't
really
got this
outside.
shirt right here, man, you not from Mount Vernon, man. This is going
Mount
way
Vernon, we
back.
go hard.
Yo,
Mount
E,
Vernon,
yo,
we go
Yo,
hard.
E, they said it's been what, 30 years? Since
30 years since somebody came. What? Yo, RIP
30
to the
years?
legend himself, man. You know, Heavy D always
Heavy D.
kept it
Diddy
smooth.
don't give a fuck about the Ville.
Nah, let
Oh,
me keep it. Let
man.
me keep it official
Oh,
with you, right?
man.
Diddy. Let me explain something to you. Diddy was throwing parties in the Ville, to my knowledge. You understand? He was throwing parties in the Ville. I think his son is more from Mount Vernon than him. Diddy, Jack Harlem and Brooklyn, but it's like I don't think he had the best experiences in Mount Vernon. So naturally, some people they go through the controversy of the street and they choose not to. You understand? But we all know Diddy got Mount Vernon in him too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's more so he on
I
some
just wish
Brooklyn.
he would give a shout out a little bit more.
That's a
He don't
fucking
have
fact.
to. But you know why he don't have to? Because we here. We doing that. And Kiss know the vibe. You
Oh, shout out
understand?
to Jadakiss. Y'all
Kiss
can
know what's
stand
up.
up.
Yo, Kiss, you know when I the last time I saw Kiss, I was a waiter on Fridays and I ran a fucking buffalo wings and frozen lemonade to him, and his bodyguard is grilling me like, "Oh, don't ask for an autograph, motherfucker."
It's not a
And
game. It's
I'm
not a
like,
game.
I didn't even realize it was Kiss because he lost mad weight and shit. And
Looking
I
good,
just,
working
like,
out
bought
with the
shit,
juice.
and they were like, "Yo, you're lucky you got to run food to Kiss." I'm like, "Yo, I didn't even recognize it." That's why the guy was like grilling me like that. But I've seen him like years before that in the hood. Like we always say what up to him,
Yeah.
and he's always mad cool and chill, you know.
Well,
Like
you know who
it's-
that is, bro.
so
D,
it's
listen,
like,
every
wh-
block monitored, of course. Jadakiss, the LOX boss. You should know that,
Like,
man.
We're going to play him a little later.
When I found out about you, Easy hit me up. He told me that Jada basically found you and shouted you out and all that. And but first he said Jada. Before he said Jada, he's like, "Oh, my homie from Mount Vernon. He's doing it big in Mount Vernon right now." He's like, "Guess who shouted him out?" In my head, I'm thinking Jada, but I don't want to give like the obvious guess, you know, because I'm from I'm from like Mount Vernon, like West, born in Yonkers, went to Mount Vernon school system, like every grade. And you know, I met DMX a few times. DMX is out the picture.
R.I.P. to
So
DMX,
know-
the
R.I.P.
legend.
I know
man,
it's not
to the
that
dog.
legend.
R.I.P. to the dog,
Fucking
man.
bark for the
I'm
dog.
mad as hell because I met X like 4 times. You feel me? You know, X is that type of nigga, man. You might find him in a corner deli in Mount Vernon or Yonkers or White Plains.
Yeah.
X is a real nigga. You
Facts,
understand?
facts,
His
facts.
bop is different. He's one in like when you a one of one, you understand me? He's a one of one. There's nobody like X. You feel me? Just you can't duplicate. You can imitate, but you can never duplicate his style. You feel what I'm saying? So to me, to run across X when I was younger, it was also that's X.
I rate X above Pac.
Oh. Damn, that's
Now,
you know what?
him and Biggie is. I'm still trying to figure that out.
We're gonna do this now. Because all I know is top 5 dead or alive.
X is on
You
there.
see? That's all I know, man.
I mean, like,
top 5 dead or alive.
but I'm not shitting on Pac. I would just put Pac number 3.
Pac was a poetic, fucking legendary. Like,
But like, as far as the number 1 spot, I mean, I honestly like considering the longevity, DMX all the way. Because I mean, I'm a DJ. I like seeing people dance. He does hit more bangers, you know.
Of course,
I can't use too many Tupac songs that is gonna have the crowd moving. It's more lyrical. But he is more lyrical. I'll
You
give
know what's
that to
most
him.
unfortunate?
But Biggie has that shit that will kind of have you moving. and
You know what's
grooving,
unfortunate?
know?
See, Kiss, X, Hove, Nas, they were blessed to be able to live during their legacy like a walking legend. You understand? Biggie and Pac didn't get to live, unfortunately. You feel what I'm saying? So
That's
we
what I'm
don't.
saying.
We could never speak on what hasn't
What do you
happened.
think would have happened? Like, what do you think?
A lot of
how
niggas
would
wouldn't
it
be
have
where they
played
at.
out?
A lot of niggas
Do
wouldn't
you
be where
think
they at.
would
Pac
have
and Big was still
eventually
alive.
Evolved and fell off because a lot of people talk like when you bring up someone like Jay-Z, people talk about how they like old school Jay-Z opposed to new school Jay-Z. You know, like there's literally
90s
no
Jay-Z,
one.
you crazy?
No one will say
Come on, man.
they like the new Jay-Z over the old Jay-Z. You can't find a soul that will say that. DMX, I mean, I think, yeah, his oldest shit was popping, but he really kind of stayed true to what he was
it's
about.
that 90s film,
Jay-Z
man.
switched up his style. Now, do you think like guys like Tupac, X, Big Pun, you know, like Big L,
Big
even?
L.
Do you
Damn, so many
do you-
great souls lost, yo.
do you think they would have like evolved and changed, or like
You know what the crazy shit is?
or-
This is the most
or
humblest.
stayed true to what they were?
This is the humblest and most accurate thing I could say because we're not talking about regular individuals. We're talking about impactful, influential, iconic giants who are deceased. So it's like, I feel like where they were, you can't put a ceiling on what they would have become. And that's why they're in that top 5 or that top 10.
It's just a what if.
You can't put a ceiling on it. So I can't even sit here and say, yo, if Big was alive, Jay-Z would still be where he's at, or if Pac was alive, X or Nas. I can't really say that because where they were, you cannot put a ceiling on it.
Yeah.
They were already like Tupac body is different, homie. Poet, actor,
Yeah, no,
activist,
exactly.
like street nigga. Like he's the only rapper to this day that had the president. Like you have to watch Tupac Shakur. Like it was. You understand? Like Biggie had.
Wait. What president said that?
What was it? What was the name of the president?
Clinton?
Was it? No, it wasn't
Clinton's
Clinton.
wife, right?
Bro,
It was
you know
Clinton.
I'm a Brazilian. I don't know no
Oh,
American
Reagan.
history.
Was it
I'll
Reagan?
I
pass
think it
that
was
class.
Reagan. It was one of the presidents, and they was talking about Pac when Pac was wilding. You feel what I'm saying? I think it was after the situation.
Bush probably early '90s. It was probably Bush's.
It
I
was
think it
one
was
of them.
before. It was probably his dad. It was probably Bush's dad.
Because I remember one of them. I think one of them was trying to clean up hip hop crazy. I remember.
Yeah,
that
when
shit.
they had when the East Coast West Coast beef was at its heights, they was talking about Pac. Because remember, his mom was affiliated with the Black Panther vibe. You understand? So with that's major by itself. It had its own political, you know what I'm saying, impact and its heaviness and its craziness. Just the Black Panther shit itself. But that being his mom and you know who his pops was and what he became and then you know fucking with Suge, Death Row and Bad Boy. It was just so much like Biggie and Pac at that time when
I
they
wish
were.
you could go back to that era.
Yo, bro, that shit is legendary. You could never. To this day, ain't nobody like Tupac or Big.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I honestly love your style. I think you're one of the people who's keeping true, real hip hop alive. And basically, like, who are your current influences? Like, who do you like? You know, today, like a lot of the artists who are mainstream today, who would you say you fuck with them the most? You're inspired by them. And I'm not saying you want to mimic them, you look up to them, they're your role models, but who do you say, oh, you know what? I would love to do a fucking track with him. Like, basically like what Jada. I mean, we already got him like on the
bro,
table.
we ain't even got to talk about that. That's reality, nigga.
Like that is reality.
That's reality, nigga. That's God, you heard?
But I'm talking about like new upcoming people who can even either make or break. Someone like Jada, you can't break him. He's already set in stone.
Yeah, he's a hieroglyphic. You understand me? He's a hieroglyphic.
Shout out to Yonkers.
They know the vibe.
I wish I could do the laugh. I might choke. You know?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, yo. You see how we just freely throwing around these iconic moguls? Like, to even be in the conversation, to me, before I have dropped no album, I don't have a hit single. You understand what I'm saying? Like, my moms, we still trying to get right and come up. We in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like,
money earning Mount Vernon.
Heavy, you know what I'm saying? Mount Vernon is finest. Heavy D, if he was here, he would rewind this, and that is an actual fact because I met with G Wiz, who's Heavy D's right-hand man, Glenn. Shout out G Wiz. He's in Florida. He got a restaurant with Ray Allen. He came up here, you feel what I'm saying? I met him through some mutual music business partners, and he told me, he was like, everything you do sounds great. Like, Hev would have loved you. So this is a nigga who was around him every day, you know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why I would inspire that. But back to what I was saying, I don't want to get off tangent. Just to be in the conversation.
I'm just saying, like to touch on what you just did say, Mount Vernon does need a new representative.
Absolutely.
Jada's already giving you the green light that you're fucking legit.
Shout out to Jada, man.
Like, you know, you can be the new Heavy D.
I
believe that.
Doing it for him.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro.
We create the future.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I don't want to be the new Heavy D. There's only one Heavy D.
When I say that, I mean the new Mount Vernon representative.
There we go.
Of hip hop, because we're right.
I like that. That sounds nice.
I'm gonna tag this in Mount Vernon because it's just so Mount Vernon energy here.
Hell
even
yeah.
though it's in the Bronx.
Hip
hop was created in the Bronx, but Mount Vernon is literally like you could walk.
Yeah.
Like I could walk to Mount Vernon from here.
Listen, it's the diamond in the rough, the rock in between the hard place, in between the Bronx and Yonkers, money earning. That's the rock in between the hard place. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas got to go through Mount Vernon to get to Yonkers and go through Yonkers to get to Mount Vernon.
Come on, man.
And if you go around,
4 square miles of trail,
yeah, come on, 4 square miles of
let
bullshit.
Me ask you this question: Mount Vernon, upstate or downstate?
What do you mean?
No, because you know, I mean, since we're all Westchester people right here, there's so many people like from the city who will say, "Oh, you're from Mount Vernon. Oh, you live upstate."
Tell them niggas to come to Mount Vernon and find out. Tell them to come find out if it look like upstate.
Man, we here.
Because they think Mount Vernon, they think it's like
everything.
some fucking mountain shit in the Catskills or some
Because
shit.
they have,
I guess, because
I think they have a Mount Vernon.
But then if you say White Plains or Westchester, they're like, "Oh, I know that the street."
Nah, that's a fact. I think
but we need some representation. You know, I love my county. I love my city. Feel. You know, I live in the Bronx, but I really don't rep the Bronx at all. You know, I chose the last name Knight because first off, I'm an insomniac. I love fucking nighttime. I'm up all night. You know, I love DJing night parties, dance parties, epic shit. And I am from Mount Vernon, and it's like, fuck it, Knight, Luca Knight. You know what I'm saying? So
let me go back on to what
I feel strong about the representation of Mount Vernon because I feel like too many people are talented and come up in Mount Vernon and leave ASAP. I'm the type of person I'll gain global success and then I'll come back and run for mayor of Mount Vernon just to make it a better place. You know, I'll never forget where I came from. And that's one of the things I see that you have that you should never lose touch with no matter how successful you become.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, because this shit is on my mind. I have to go back to what we were saying and piggyback off of when we were just throwing around those names, you feel me? Those iconic names and those iconic figures, those moguls, those giants, both deceased and non-deceased. Just to even be in the conversation is like, as a kid coming up from the hood and from poverty and from the craziness and the trauma and the drama, it's like, yo, to even be in that conversation is massive to me. And I'm in that conversation not solely because of my talent and because of where I come from, but because of Kiss. Heavy D represented Mount Vernon for a different type of thing that Kiss represents. Kiss is top 5 dead or alive. Facts. So to be around around and
You're
shouted.
living a dream.
Yo, that shit is insanity.
living a dream.
It's insanity to me. This man, my 2 favorite rappers is Biggie and Kiss. Since I was a little kid playing, I was a Mount Vernon Knight. I played Modified Freshman, JV. We used to go against Gordon, Yonkers, go against Saunders, and I used to sit there. He used to pull up when he was fat and with the baldy and the white tees and shit and the baggy jeans. He used to pull up to the football games and he didn't even know I'm on the side.
He loves his hood.
I'm looking at this nigga like, yo, that's my
hood.
So to be in that conversation because of him, not just simply off of who he is, but the respect, because business is business, yes, but even with business, people don't have to say certain things. We could conduct business right now, but I could be on a place where I'm like, I'm gonna keep it just business and do just enough. But people who feel appreciated and are respected, they do more than what's expected. You feel me? When you're appreciated and respected, you do more than what's expected.
Is there anyone who you think is fucking up the hip hop game right now?
I think
Like, who
the
does
hip hop
not
nowadays
belong in hip-hop?
it's been diluted only because
Do you think Tekashi 6ix9ine should be muted?
we're gonna mute him right now. We don't talk about rats. So what I'm saying is,
Good answer.
I think the game nowadays is saturated with, you know,
Do you think Lil Nas X is overrated?
Oh,
no
my
comment.
God.
What I want to, no comment, because, you know, I do
Come on,
not
my
need the
man's professional,
LGBTQ
man.
community feeling some type of way about me. No comment.
Oh, I'm
leave
not
that
talking
what
about
it
that.
is.
I'm talking about bars.
Huh?
Do you think he deserved to have Old Town Road? I mean, I ended I used the
said
song.
bars?
Yeah, bars.
Lil
like
Nas
lyrical.
X?
Is he lyrical?
Cut it out.
Do you fuck with him as an artist? I'm not talking about like
I
him
never
as
even
a
heard
person.
anything
For
from
what
him.
he's doing.
Look, as a DJ, like when I did the pilot of this show, I did the song of the day, the last song,
Mhm.
and it was the top Billboard song for so many weeks, massive weeks. Old Town Road. I like the song, and I'd fuck with Lil Nas X, but I do think he's overrated. I don't think he should be on #1 Billboard so many weeks. I'm not talking about his personal life, but that is what it is. He's an artist, but I mean, I think he's overrated. Like this, like one of my
That's
friends,
somebody you
Poppy
think about
Blunts,
when
who
you
I had
talk
on the
about
other day.
lyrical.
He thinks his name is Poppy Blunts, and he thinks Pop Smoke was like garbage and overrated. I'm like, bro.
Cool.
I'm like, bro, you're jealous because his name sounds like yours.
How
You're
can he
Poppy
think
Blunt
Pop
and
Smoke
Smoke.
is
because of the
garbage
name.
and
It's just-
overrated?
I'll
You
point
see
out
what Pop
close
Smoke
him.
did at 18, 19 years old?
And I told him, I was like, Pop Smoke, I was like, some of his bars
That's a
is
flow
kind
that
of
we never gonna get
irrelevant,
back.
but it's fire. He makes fire music.
Hell
Most
yeah.
of his shit is fire. Like, you know, it's like I wrote irrelevant bars. I started as a rapper, and I know you have to like just write shit that's catchy sometimes for the
Yeah.
moment. You need to bend the truth, and as long as you're real about that and you're like vocal about the fact that you're making the music, you know, it's more respect. Like people like Cardi B is like another person who is like very like controversial because she literally writes none of her music, and
I
she's
can't-
like top.
I can't say that.
And you have
what,
the
what I've
creator
heard.
of hip hop saying that the best rapper in today's day and age is Cardi B. How can the Godfather
She don't
of
have
hip
a
hop
ghostwriter, does she?
say
What I've heard, I'm gonna be honest. I've heard things from people in her camp, and I've heard that Cardi helps with whoever's writing her music. So she may not be entirely writing the whole entire song, but she definitely
she writes
puts
the
her 2
message.
cents in. You understand her attitude? You
Her
have people
message.
Controls
gotta.
it.
Everybody cannot. I could write you a hit record.
She writes the albums.
Nah, but listen though, on some real shit, I could write you a hit record, right? But that doesn't mean that you can go in the booth and deliver that.
Yeah,
Cardi
yeah,
B,
and you could write a hit record, and that doesn't mean that you can deliver it.
you feel what I'm saying? So with Cardi B, you can't sugarcoat or take from Shorty. You understand? She done ran through my hood 100 times.
But
You feel
just
me?
going off of what hip hop stemmed off of, do you embrace the evolution in it, and the different changes and branching out into different ways? Like
I wish
someone
it was-
who
I wish it
would
was the
not be
90s era.
respected back in the day can
Yeah.
be a Billboard top dominant artist today.
I think
Like Drake and Cardi B with all this like ghostwriting,
Yeah.
basically facts.
yeah.
And in the 90s, that would never fly. You know,
Of course
like,
not.
different. It
Of
was
course
different.
not.
do you
Different era.
embrace the evolution? Because I see like you keep the old school vibe alive.
Yeah.
So that's why I have to ask you that question. You know, do you want like the old school vibe alive and the new school vibe to thrive at the same time? Because I kind of respect that, but I feel like you're branching off into different subgenres of hip hop itself now. Once you start doing that,
I think
it's so different, you know.
I think when it comes to that question, to answer it the best way, because you got to be mindful what you say, because people will take offense to certain things. What I'm gonna say is talent is like life; it'll always find a way. You feel what I'm saying? Real talent. However, there's nothing wrong with being true to your roots, but then again, there's also nothing wrong with evolution. You feel me? Evolution and things over time are gonna change. Like the seasons, they're not gonna stay the same. Like we can love 90s; it was the golden era of hip hop. You feel me? And R&B, but we can't just sit there and think that life doesn't go on. I think what is affecting the newer sound of music is it's the people, bro. The people, the time of the world that we're in. Like, perfect example, you could have back when Shakespeare was alive, they weren't even talking in this way. Like, they were off yonder and thou and art. They were talking different. So just like the times change, music is going to change. But when there are those people that can still maintain the true essence of that particular genre, those people, I'm not going to say put them over the new talent, but they have to be magnified because they're maintaining the essence of what hip hop is, or R&B, like someone who's pure to that. And I think when that continues and we can blow that up more, it'll influence these newer sounding guys to understand that, okay, what you're doing is cool. Music is an art. We're not against it. But this is an individual who keeps the essence of where this stuff comes from. You can learn from that. So I'm not knocking the new sound. Some of that new shit I like. It's bippity bippity, but that shit is alright. But after a while, music is we're supposed to be reporters of where we from. Like, from what you going through in your city, what you going through in your school, what happened with you and your mom when you went home. You're supposed to be reporting. This day and age, it's the internet, it's the phone, it's fabricated, it's fake, it's cap. That's what they call it. So I think to stay true is important, but don't block or not embrace what's new, because you never know. Something new is a time for your brain to have the opportunity to either fluctuate differently or fluctuate not from what you're used to thinking. Because if you're in a situation where you're stuck in your ways and you're one track minded and you're tunnel vision, you could miss something. Yeah. And that's what has happened most of my life.
Absolutely. That's how I feel.
Word, bro. Like, that's what's happened.
I didn't expect that coming from you, because you seem like very like original hip hop based. So, but I am glad to hear that answer, because I feel the same way. But the only thing that kind of is important to me, that things branch off so much.
True.
Like, you got hip hop, which started as a tree trunk.
Very
and now
true.
It's like, it's kind of like something like electronic music, which branched off. You got trap, dubstep. And at least it's all defined for the most part. Hip hop, you got like drill and, you know, like club hip hop. Like, you know, it's kind of like subgenre, like defined subgenres. But I think that the more we move into the future, they're going to have to be more defined, you know, because
very true.
If you listen to all the new stuff, Snoop and Dre and Method Man and all them put out last year, that was like 90s style shit. And I don't think that should really be classified as the exact same thing as something like Young Thug.
Young Thug, like I said, I'm going to say this and be mindful of what I'm saying. Because when you're a person who is this is what most influential people need to understand. When you're a very influential person, what you say affects people even when you think it doesn't. So as I've matured, I've learned to be mindful with what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is this: I'm not against Young Thug's music. I love some of his music, but you cannot judge.
Me too as well.
With some of the music,
just think
it's not my cup of tea.
I just think that we need to start finding
but that's his art, though. You can't take away from a person's art. That's their art, and you might not. It might not be your cup of tea, but it might be someone else's.
Oh no, I'm not. It is my cup of tea. That's the thing.
Okay.
But I just think that it's so far off from what hip hop originated from that I'm not saying it's not hip hop, but we need to like start like having subgenre, like drill music. Mm-hmm. That's a perfect example. Drill is a subgenre of hip hop. Mm-hmm. They need to start doing more of that. You know what I'm saying? Just so that, like, for the sake of, I don't know, for someone like me, it's important. Like, I'm a DJ. I buy music, by genres, categorization, all that matters, you know? I could buy a certain, you know, it would just make it easier in certain ways. Like, because I'll have a hip hop folder that's like 20,000 songs. Mm-hmm. But if there was subgenres to make it easier to like distinguish what type of hip hop I'm trying to play, that would make it a lot more easier in the categorization. You know, I guess that's just one way why it's kind of important to me, why I feel like the subgenre should be defined. I actually created a subgenre myself. You know, I'm not against all this branching off. I think that they should be defined. Hip house. You know, I'm not saying I created it, but it's something that wasn't defined that I put a name on. I have hip hop roots. I got a big demand for house, and when I became
House
a
what, the
producer,
hospital show?
Oh no, house music.
Oh, I'm
and
about to
techno.
say,
The
do your thing.
hospital
Do your
show.
fucking
Oh,
thing.
shit,
You
bro.
house the show? Oh,
I don't
shit.
watch TV like that. And if it
Okay.
is, it's the crime shows, not the ones where the cops win, by the way.
Nah, I like the forensics joints, and you know, I like what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I like that. I think.
So it's like I made the genre hip house, where it's basically like house music. You gotta know how something like trap, and I'm not talking about like trap, the subgenre of hip hop, but trap music with the build-ups and like kind of the electronic type. Something like that is like you have 808s, you have hip hop instruments, like sound influence, but it's like an electronic song. Hip house is more like house music, but with a hip hop vibe to it, with hip hop verses and lyrical content dropped over it. I wrote a lot of these songs, you know, and like I've made the beats and like a lot of this stuff, and I see a lot of other people do it, and I build it in my collectivity, and I'll have that hip house folder, you know, and like sometimes there will be like a house music remix of a really popular hip hop song. For example, I don't want to be too repetitive, but I didn't tell you. I've said it on the show before. But I did a show earlier this year. The week DMX died. It was a house music show, 12 hours. I knew no one was gonna pay tribute, but that's why I got some really dope DMX house music remix songs. So it's fit the vibe of the house music, and everyone was on their fucking feet going crazy when I paid
That's
that
fire.
DMX tribute.
That's
And you
fire,
hear
yo.
him going
That's
off
fire.
to the tempo of house
That's fire.
music. And spitting that real DMX bars, and I'm on the mic shouting out RIP, all that,
Word.
you know, and even like lowering the volume, letting the crowd sing a cappella.
That's how you used to do it like that.
It was getting
Okay,
lit.
stop,
You know, and
drop.
I did that with like a lot. Yeah, all that. I really gave tribute, but I didn't. If I did the hip hop form, it wouldn't have flew. You know,
Yeah.
so I kind of like embrace these hybrid genres and subgenres of stuff. You know, because number one, it's inevitable. We start off with no music, like hitting rocks together and drums, basically. I was.
You remember no music?
Stop.
Yeah.
No music.
crazy,
Getting
bro.
light. Yo, that was a legendary.
my
That was a
God.
legendary
That's
time
about
too.
burning things. That shit.
Yeah,
Shout out to
people
that.
make whole songs just with vocals, like like people do shit like that. I've seen phenomenal shit. So it's gonna always keep branching off, but I guess maybe it's
Can't
more
forget the
important to
90s,
me
man.
than other people just for categorization purposes. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm aware of like it's getting crazy. Like you got so much stuff that will fall under like multiple genres. You know, like look
That's
at
a
someone
fact.
like Dua Lipa, like Levitating. You got the Baby on there. That's already a hip hop.
Nah, the
song.
Baby is nasty.
It's
He's
a pop
nasty,
song.
yo.
It's
He's
a-
nasty.
it's
Different though. It's a different.
Yeah.
It's a little.
Both of the
No,
babies,
no,
the
yeah.
baby and little
Yeah,
baby,
oh,
they
yeah,
both
yeah,
got
yeah.
it.
I fuck with both them. I
Yeah.
fuck with both them. Like hard body. Like they're keeping.
Yo, they
like
never
you know,
did
like
they ever do a song together?
Yo, you
Yeah,
know
they
what? I
did-
think
they
so.
did
I
songs
think so.
together, yeah.
Baby, it was like baby on. I think it's baby on baby.
Yeah,
Yeah, that shit is fire. Word.
Yeah, they did. But the thing I like about their style, they have like more of a new evolved style, like unlike the classic style, but they're killing it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, like they're making people want to crave more shit like that. You can't get enough of it. Kind of like how Weezy changed the game a little bit and shook it up back in the day. You know?
Hell yeah, Weezy's a GOAT too, and this is what I'm saying.
Legend.
Back to what we started talking about initially, to even be in the conversation of all these giant, iconic, like artists. Like I can't, in my mind, People be like top 5 dead or alive, but I ain't gonna lie, it's a top 10, bro. Because you can't forget about Weezy. Like these niggas changed game. 50.
And
you
it's
feel
so
what I'm saying?
crazy
50. I was G Unit
you
crazy,
can't
my
put them
nigga.
in
Like
order. You can't put. Yeah,
you
50's
can't put
definitely
them in
up there.
order.
People get mad at me when I say 50's on there.
Yeah.
It's like no, 50's top 10.
50's top 10.
I don't care. 50's
Fact,
top
50's
10.
top 10.
He's kind of a douchebag, but as a musician,
50's nasty, bro. He changed. 50 was like how when niggas NWA came out, Ice Cube and them niggas, Easy, they was like really that gangster shit. 50, and you feel me? Even though what him and Ja Rule went through, 50 really had the gangster crown for a minute.
Yeah.
For a minute.
I lived
Everybody
through it.
was G Unit
Fly Boy
at one
Ever,
point.
remember that?
Hell yeah.
It was G Unit versus Dipset. That was the era.
Camera, we can't forget about Killer
That was
Kid.
the era, man.
We can't, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I love that shit, man.
yeah.
It's like
I don't know why they
shout out
fell
to
off.
everything,
It's like
everyone.
Like I would love for honestly G Unit and Dipset to still be like putting out shit. I know Jimmy's putting a few things out here and there, but
Oh really?
you know, like there's a lot of people who I feel like didn't live too much up to their potential, and it's like,
Yeah, man, that's true. That could have been up there. They could have been up there. Definitely, these guys. They had a different talent, man. Talent that we can't get back.
absolutely.
You know,
But-
it's only in our memories. That's definitely interesting.
Absolutely.
it's all about, you know, the future, and like everything I'm doing with this show is I'm trying to, like, you know, even with this new season, this is season 2, I'm trying to make it more music based. I'm trying to have every episode end with the song of the day with the permission to use, and we all make money off it, and really like rise the underground, you know, like bring up people who are good and make good content, who it deserves the light of day. I want to give him the light, you know. Luca means light. So
Facts, that's
like
hard.
I'm trying to shine the light on the world, like, but who's worthy, you know? And if I feel like you're not worthy, I'm not gonna be an asshole to you, but I'm gonna say whatever I can to so that you can prepare yourself so that you'll be worthy. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
I'll
can
try to
respect
help
that. I
someone
can
if
respect that
can,
100%.
you know?
I can respect
But
that.
if you got it from the jump, I'll say it. Like if you don't got to, like if I don't tell you, oh, we'll see.
No
and if
pep
I
in the
just say
step.
let's make it happen, like yeah, like you got it. Like when I heard this shit, it's like, oh yeah. Like,
I forgot to ask you too. What's your vibe on it? What you think about the Do My Thing single I got or the Gorilla Freestyle? Like you gotta let me know.
Honestly, it's all fire. I love it. All your bars, your delivery, like your voice on it. Do you own those beats?
Those are original beats. As for Do My Thing, I'm still negotiating the masters for Do My Thing. Everything on this album is original. No samples. I wanted to keep it very, very original. But I'm negotiating the production facts.
Like, if you were open to like maybe like passing some stems over, I might be able to surprise you with some stuff. Maybe not, but I'm just saying, like, you know, like I have a very good engineer.
I'm very, 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 anybody that I worked with on this project, I made sure that, because listen, you only get your first album. There is no first album after the first album. You get one first album. You understand? This is like the virginity breaking of your career. It's your first album. You can't. So I made sure everybody that I worked with on this album that I had a genuine, organic relationship with, and it wasn't a take. It was a give and take thing. You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't want to take people and just say, yo, do this. This is what I need you to do. That's not my vibe. You understand me? I wanted to make sure anybody that you hear featured on this album, any producer, any engineer, no, it's one engineer, which is The Chef, but any artist, that's who they are. When you hear them on this album and you go look up their story, that's who they are. That's what they about. It's organic. I was with no cap, no illusions, no smoke over the eyes, no smoke and mirrors. This album is real life shit, real life people, real life stories, and how our lives have crossed.
You have a release date?
We're dropping for sure 2022, which is next year. I'm not sure if it's gonna be in the end of the winter or the beginning of the spring, only because we're still finalizing things. I got to tap back in with Chef. We're still finalizing stuff, splits, percentages. Like I said, I'm negotiating masters because these are all original beats. I'm negotiating masters with the producers. I'm negotiating what percentage for the splits for the features. I'm negotiating. Like, it's a lot. You feel what I'm saying? Because I was blessed to have my very first album with 4 industry features. Like, that's not, you know what I'm saying?
I can't wait to hear it.
Niggas got to drop 5 mixtapes just to get industry features.
Fuck,
You feel me?
playing with him, man.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And I've never dropped a mixtape before.
So how long have you been rapping?
Way back?
Come on, yo, E, tell him, man.
on,
No
man.
music.
You gotta be focused, man. You gotta be focused.
Since I was like 12 and a half, 13. I'm gonna say give or take 13.
Like freestyling and stuff
Word.
like that.
Mount Vernon Live. You ever been to the Mount Vernon Public Library?
Yeah.
You know how in the back they got the tables in the back?
Yeah, we probably played Scrabble together.
Yo, my
back
homie.
there.
Yo, listen. That it was a friend I used to be real cool with. You feel what I'm saying? Named Michael Bell. I'll never forget it. My first rap off the top of the head. He was banging the no music beat on the tables. I was like, I was 9th grade. I was 13. Facts. I just came from AB Davis.
Right now to
You want to hear my first rap ever? You want to hear my first rap
Go
ever?
ahead, do it.
I'm about to fuck your head up, and it's so great because you're gonna hear the youth in the rap.
I'm trying to build like, you know how Flex has the freestyles? Now I have my first one right here.
Check this out.
Luke,
This is
a Luke and I freestyle.
this is my
feature.
first rap I ever did.
Boss Dog Rack.
Off the
Let's
top of the
hear it.
head. It was last night's party, drinking ounces of Bacardi. Had your boy really lost like in a jungle safari. I don't know why young Bari, shout out Jabari Hines,
I remember.
Mount
that,
Vernon,
man.
AAA basketball. He's overseas doing his thing right now. I went to school with him,
Nasty.
class with him. I don't know why young Bari want to mess with young Lonnie, maybe, because his flow is kind of ill, but my flow is unreal. See, my flow so crazy his mom want to cop a feel. And you know how Lonnie does it right on the track. Don't disrespect me, dog. You could get smacked. Yeah, straight smack. I'll put you in your place. Your boy Lonnie does it. Please don't try to diss his space. Yo, these niggas over. These niggas is diminished. Please don't ever try to take the mic from me, my nigga. You finished. It's straight over. It's straight over. I'm coming through running shit like Hover. You feel it? And I know my last line put you out of commission. Best believe your boy's rap game is on a mission, cause all the bitches is wishing they was on my jock. They know how I do it when I'm running the spot, yeah. Young Lonnie when I'm spitting the flow. Or these lame cats, yeah, yo, they need to know that you can't mess with me and you wicked straight Jack. Jack bagged and gagged, rap tagged and smacked. Oh, yes, his flow is straight ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yo, that was my first run, bro.
That's crazy.
And I remember it like it was yesterday.
And you wrote that, right?
Off the top of the head, bro. Off the no music beat.
It's kind of funny because I
That's
noticed
real
it's
Mount
like
Vernon, man.
I was 13, you heard? That was 15 years ago.
It's a diss
You little
freestyle,
fucking shark,
like
man.
clearly.
Yeah.
The first time I knew I could be a rapper is because we had to write poetry in school in 6th grade.
The haikus?
And Columbus. I don't know what school you went to. I went to
AB
Columbus
Davis.
with him.
I went to Columbus.
I know I'm talking about elementary school. I went to Franco.
Every elementary. Remember what Thornton used to be at
Thornton.
elementary school before it was the high
You
school.
went to Thornton with the
Yeah,
big
I was
ass
at-
auditorium.
I was at Head Start, then I went to Thornton, then I went to what you call it? I went to White Plains School for only like 2 or 3 years because my parents was having a child custody battle. Came right back, AB Davis, then the high. I was in Mount Vernon High.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah,
in
facts.
Columbus, we had to do like a poetry assignment, and I did like the best poem. They had me like read it in front of the whole school. So it's like off of that, I'm like, yo, I'm good at this. And now I start like kids in the class who will like talk shit, but all you're doing is talking shit. Now I'm like writing rhymes like in the form of poetry, and it was like I'm reciting poems, cutting ass on everyone. And now
you
I'm
was flaming
fucking,
niggas?
I'm flaming everyone. And then when I was 15, I wrote my first song, but I never show anyone. And then I'm around everyone freestyling on the block for years. And then I was working at Playland at the time. So
Shout out Playland. It's
I'm
legendary.
I'm on
Playland
the
is
block.
legendary.
Take my daughter to
Yes,
Stop
yo,
playing.
on the Punisher, I noticed this season 1 finale, they fought on the carousel that I worked on. That shit
Bro,
was crazy.
the Dragon Coaster is legendary, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
You know what I loved about Playland? Them funnel cakes, man.
People in Jersey with
The
Six
good
Flags are
old
laughing at
I
us
haven't
right
been there
now.
in a while, man.
But I was on Playland, and when you're doing a job where you don't need to use your mind is free to write or do something useful with. So like that's when I wrote my first song, and everyone's freestyling in my car. We're like lighting up, chilling. I would have the instrumental CDs, And yeah, like we would just be getting lit, and then I'll just come out of nowhere with some fucking that Sky's the Limit beat. It was really the Mike Jones, Mr. Jones or some shit instrumental, and I went off on that shit. I actually
remember that?
And I killed it, and then off that it just like gave me momentum to do more. And then it just got me more into beat making, DJing, and like really everything. I've been doing camera work forever. Like back in Mount Vernon, when there was a fight on the street, I was the guy with the camcorder.
Oh, you was one of
recording
those?
it.
World star! World star!
Before phones.
Bro, if you was consistent with that, you would have been because that was before YouTube and before all that. That was before all that.
Bro, he was really outside.
That's why we're getting back to it.
Outside 4 square miles of the trauma.
But yo, one thing
about
the
bullshit.
one thing I have to ask you about I'm not sure what song it was, but in fact it was definitely do my thing. It was definitely that.
I mean, do you want to play something for the people?
Yo, play something.
You could play it, let it rock.
That's gonna be
on
the
air.
song of the day.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I
You
like
gotta
that.
wait till the end to hear that.
I like that.
See,
I
you
like
feel
your
me?
style, baby. I
feel
like
me?
your style.
So, but I noticed you say something about the president, but you wrote it in 2021. What president were you referring to?
You know why I did that? If people pay attention, I ain't want to say no names because when you say names, it kind of puts a time on the music. So let's
just in general.
We know which president I'm talking about. You feel what I'm saying? Damn, what did yo, bro? Give me a second, bro, because I did that song off the top of my head. Hold on, I do my thing. I never wrote it, bro. That time of paper. Shout out on my 9 to 5ers. Hashtag on my 9 to 5ers. Get into it in the pandemic.
The president put us in this pandemic.
Yo, bro, I want to say this shit clearly because it was hashtag on my 9 to 5ers. Shout out on my real survivors. Get into it in the pandemic. Mask on. We still gonna get it. The virus ain't gonna stop this chicken. We outside, my nigga. Damn, yo, I forgot how my first verse go. Ain't that a bitch? What was it? Tell me what he done for us. We done tell me, I'm a New York resident. Screaming, fuck the president. Tell me what he done for us. He done put niggas in a pandemic. Racism is still systemic. These niggas gassed off their stimulus. Hashtag all my 9 to 5ers. Shout out, you feel me? That, I said it because I wanted to make sure people understood this pandemic that we're currently still in, but when it started 2 years ago, it changed history. It changed the world. From COVID to all this bullshit. That was the first time niggas was encouraging people to not go to work and you was gonna make more money. Unemployment. We don't know what happened in regards to who initially contributed to spiraling out of control. All we can know is this.
Do you think it's fair to say you kind of mean no one specifically, but just in general? Like our leadership in general is failing because
our president played a role.
Like no one's really. I mean, anyone who really opposed Trump, they can't really say Biden's doing the best job.
Of course
and
not.
Biden
is weak.
Like anyone who, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you love Trump, I mean, he has flaws. They both have a lot of
Trump
flaws.
was not perfect,
it's crazy,
but you know why I love Trump though? And listen, people gonna try to strike me down for this.
Oh man,
Trump,
come on.
Listen,
the mentality.
Listen, Trump was not perfect. But you know why I love Trump? Because he was the first honest president.
Yeah.
You know how many presidents have lied to us?
Vote for Trump and I'll give you a bump.
Listen, Trump's told you, listen, I may not like a certain color or this is what I'm doing. Trump was grabbing pussies. He's doing all types of shit. Trump is like, yo, I'm gonna pay. If y'all vote for me, I'm gonna give y'all more money. Trump really was keeping it honest.
Selling that.
But this is another reason here. There's pros and its cons to being an honest president. If you've seen the movie Black Panther, when the Wakandan king told his son T'Challa, he was like, yo, a good king doesn't look for war, but he must always be ready. Trump didn't give a fuck if he was a good king or not. Trump was being real. Like, this is what it is. Can this mic hear me? I will give y'all money if y'all vote for me. This is what's going on. Oh my God. Oh, my mask. I think Trump was keeping it real, and that's why people don't dislike Trump, because they like, wow. But just think about all the presidents that was lying. That got on that podium was lying.
Most of them, man.
This is what I'm saying. So Trump has his flaws. He is not perfect. He did some cornball dickhead shit like all presidents have done, but he was the most honest president known. And I'm not even taking away from.
He even tried to tell us about JFK and Area 51, and said he was about to tell us, and then I guess the CIA
because they
was
like,
doing
Trump,
the Chinese
Trump,
waterboard on
you're
his
you're
ass.
talking too much,
and
Trump.
they did not let it happen.
Sure.
They was about to body him.
Yeah.
They were not gonna let him say it.
Don't get me wrong.
And
I
then
don't take
he
away
didn't
from
say it.
Obama, because you feel me. Listen,
Shout out to Obama.
I'm
man.
of melanin descent, bro, and that first black president, it was like historical, monumental. Like,
I wrote a song called Unity where I sampled the speech
You
from
feel me?
Obama.
Obama had his flaws too,
And
though.
the next president is gonna be grab
feel
her
me?
by the pussy. I'm gonna sample that.
Yo, listen,
but Unity
this shit
was
is
a
the world we
very,
live in.
No, but the words he spoke, regardless of what he did in his presidency, the words he spoke, I believe so much in that shit, and it's
Yeah.
defined as
He was
unity.
definitely a great speaker.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
the focus.
And that matters a lot, which is the flaw Trump had, which he pissed off people. He was effective in ways Obama wasn't, but he pissed people off too much.
Exactly.
You know, and he could have just sucked up his ego and not done that. And Biden is kind of the opposite. He just tries to be the
passive
opposite
and help
like,
everything.
whatever.
Yeah, you're not. Nobody's
and
perfect.
Withdraw everyone from Afghanistan, thinking he probably thought it was a good
Left him a
move.
couple things, you know.
But
some gifts
like,
for Christmas.
you should have thought it out a little better and done it a little
Yeah.
better. I mean, look, we all agree. Like Trump wanted to do the same thing. He was trying to bring all the troops back. What did Biden try to beat him to it? Like, oh, I just ended the war. You should have like stopped
but can I keep it-
casualties
can
and
I-
not made the Taliban the second biggest army in the world by
Yo,
giving them our
sorry,
tanks.
bro. Sorry not to cut you off, bro, but there's some real shit that's on my heart right now.
Yeah.
Cause I'm the type of person in the world, some things are just black and white. It is what it is. Yes or no, there is no in between. As I've matured and gotten older,
But there's more gray though.
I've been a big fan of gray. I was about to get to that. Like, I'm a fan of gray, and what I can tell you is this. Trump got his good and his bad. Obama got his good and his bad. So has every president. However, what I can say is this. What would you do if you was the president? You don't know what that man is going through. You don't know what the government is really like behind closed doors. You don't know what his family's going through. Like, just imagine, why do you think every president wants, from the minute of their inauguration, when they take that photo, at the end of their 4-year, or if they're lucky, their 8-year term, they look drained and much older? You have the weight of the country on your hands.
Yeah. But you have
Millions
to
of people.
want it, and you have to really.
You don't know what's going
you
through
have
that
to-
man's mind, or what he's saying, or what
you
he's
have
being
to-
told.
You have to give a fuck, you know.
Absolutely, but what I'm saying is, no president and no man for fuck a president.
The best
no
thing
man
you
is
could do-
perfect.
No man is
The
perfect.
best thing you could do, one out of two things: either run for office or be strongly involved in the voting process. But yeah, man. I guess we're gonna play "Do My Thing" as a song of the day. I mean, that's the newest thing. Like, you got the album coming out next year. I'm looking super forward to that shit.
Appreciate it.
Hopefully at some point you pass me a leak, like whatever. I won't leak it, like whatever, but I just want to hear it, you know. Maybe I'll mix it into a set, but blend it in with something else that, you know, whatever. But to this show, I'm gonna do like a pre-show, and based off what we talked about, I'll add in like artists we talked about, like their music in the pre-show. And the pre-show is gonna be a DJ mix. This is "Do My Thing" by the
Dog
man
Rack,
himself,
man.
Boss
Mount
Dog
Vernon's
Rack.
finest.
He fucking killed it. Y'all gonna love this shit. And here it is. So this has been ChillBuzz Radio. Good night, New York. Good night, planet Earth.
This a banger. Reporting live. This a banger. This is Mount Vernon's finest. This is Mount Vernon's finest. Heavy D will rewind this. I figured I put on for the town with this one. Money earner. I do my thing. You a bad bitch tryna bounce it, that's for that paper. Do your thing. You a scamming nigga that swiping, no swiping. Do your thing. I gotta get back to the booth and do my thing. If they don't pay your bills, they can't tell you how to get money. Do your thing. You a bad bitch tryna bounce it, that's for that paper. Do your thing. You a scamming nigga that swiping, no swiping. Do your thing. I gotta get back to the booth and do my thing. If they don't pay your bills, they can't tell you how to get money. Do your thing, nigga. Run it up. Unemployment. I said run it up. That SBA. Keep on running it up. I promise, nigga, you ain't done enough. I'm a New York resident. Facts. Screaming, fuck the president. Fuck him. Tell me what he done for us. He done put niggas in a pandemic. Racism is still systemic. Niggas gassed off they stimulus. Hashtag all my 9-to-5ers. Shout out all my real survivors. Getting to it in a pandemic. Mask on, they still gon' get it. Virus ain't gon' stop this chicken. We outside, my nigga. We doing our thing. You a bad bitch tryna bounce it, that's for that paper. Do your thing. You a scamming nigga that swiping, no swiping. Do your thing. I Gotta get back to the booth and do my thing. If they don't pay your bills, they can't tell you how to get money. Do your thing. You a bad bitch trying to bounce that ass for that paper. Do your thing. You a scamming nigga that swiping, no swiping. Do your thing. I gotta get back to the booth and do my thing. If they don't pay your bills, they can't tell you how to get money. Do your thing. Work, twerk, work, twerk, go ahead and bounce that ass. Lil' mama shake that ass. Work, twerk, work, twerk, go ahead and bounce that ass. Lil' mama shake that ass. Facts. Do it for the Instagram. Let it bounce. Do it for the OnlyFans. Let it bounce. Bounce that ass on the live.
Oh shit.
Lil' mama tryna survive. She lit. Tell me why you mad? Cause she out here doing her thing. Clubhouse. New York, money earning. I do my thing. This is Mount Vernon's finest. This is Mount Vernon's finest. Facts. Heavy D will rewind this.
Boss Dog right.
Reporting live.
DJ Mighty.
I do my thing. You a bad bitch tryna bounce that ass for that paper. Do your thing. You a scamming nigga that swiping, no swiping. Do your thing. I gotta get back to the booth and do my thing. If they don't pay your bills, they can't tell you how to get money. Do your thing. You a bad bitch tryna bounce that ass for that paper. Do your thing. You a scamming nigga that swiping, no swiping. Do your thing. I gotta get back to the booth and do my thing. If they don't pay your bills, they can't tell you how to get money. Do your thing. Yonkers, do your thing. Brooklyn, Queens, do your thing. Bronx, Harlem, do your thing. What? Money earning, we do your thing. New York City, and we can't forget about White Plains. Do your thing. What? And we can't forget about Jersey. Do your thing. What? And we can't forget about New Road. Do your thing. Do your thing. Connecticut, do your thing. Portchester, do your thing. Down south, East Coast, West Coast, do your thing. Do your thing. R.I.P. to all our fallen angels. This pandemic took a lot from all of us. Some of us lost everything, and some of us nearly lost our minds. But it's alright. We gonna be alright. Sometimes things gotta be turned upside down for us to live right side up. In the meantime, while the world piecing itself back together, do your thing, 'cause I'ma do mine.